Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So, as you can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I decided to bring it back with the point forward gameplay, y'all. Easily the best dribble god and build all around when it comes down to the defensive end. I'm telling you, this build is literally going to be able to do everything that you want. I have already brought y'all gameplay of this build, and I know that y'all most certainly love it. So again, I just got to say thank y'all for your support. Thank God for giving me this opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also be sure to go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. I would appreciate it if we can get at least 50 likes on this banger. Go ahead and share it with your family and friends. And now, today, man, I'm going to take it a little bit different from what I normally do. I wanted to go ahead and show y'all gameplay today on this fine Friday because y'all have been going crazy when it comes to the support. Y'all deserve it, and I most definitely am looking to bring this a lot more to y'all. I really do enjoy bringing y'all gameplay, especially when it comes down to the dribbling. I know a lot of people do not dribble how I have been, as well as how I've showed y'all in the past, but I'm telling you, when it comes down to these point forwards this year, you're going to be able to get contact dunks on this kind of build. As you can see in the beginning of the video, the very first clip was a special contact dunk. And not to mention, I only have a 70 driving dunk, and I'm still able to get contact dunks. That is something that is really wild to me, but honestly makes this build just so much better all around. However, if you do want me to go ahead and show y'all how I made this build as well as drop the original video, I will most definitely go ahead and do that at the end. So, if you want to make this build, it's going to be at the end of the video. It's going to pop up as one of the recommended. Now, just be sure that when it comes down, if you're going to make this build over, make sure you make it based off your own preference, because that is exactly what I did when it came down to certain stats. You're going to be able to adjust little things here and there, but honestly, when it comes down to it, y'all can see I have made this build literally perfect. You're going to be able to shoot just as good as any other build. When it comes down to the contact dunks, you're getting contact dunks exactly like you're a slasher. And also when it comes down to the defensive end, you're playing like literally you are a two-way. And not to mention, we also did get the lockdown takeover on this build. My favorite thing, and I know I always say it about this build, is the fact that I get to run the 3 when it comes down to 3v3. Reason being is because we are going to be able to ISO every single center in the game. And as y'all can see what I am doing here, there is a lot of things that this build is able to do, especially when it comes down to the shooting. Y'all are actually going to be surprised at what my stats are going to be. But once y'all go ahead and get a look at this, I'm telling you, this is easily going to be one of the best builds that you're going to see all around, with a rare build name. But honestly, even the best point forward, I'm saying it right now, I made the best point forward in the game, and the only reason why I say that is because of all the things that come into consideration. Look at the dunks that we're getting, y'all. Also, when it comes down to the shooting, we shoot just as good, if not even better, as a sharpshooter at 6'7", and then also on top of all that, you get to run center with this build. And I really have to go ahead and say also that when it came into the making of this build, that is exactly what I was looking for, is being able to find a dribbling build that's going to be able to do all of these things. When it comes down to the finishing, I wanted to be able to get certain dunks unlocked, and we also did get the park dunks, which is going to allow us to get some of the contact dunks that I did show y'all. But also, when it comes down to the shooting, I felt like somewhere around the 70s was going to be perfect for me, because in previous years, 70 has always been a pretty even balance when it comes down to the shooting. This year even more so. And then when it comes down to the dribbling, I wanted to be able to get all of the pro dribble moves. Yes, I'm a small forward, so I'm technically not going to be getting all of the pro dribbles when it comes down to players like guards. I would have to say that there's honestly only a few dribble moves that I do not get, but honestly, as you can see the way that I am moving, you're not going to need all the dribble moves to be picking from. I got some really nice signature moves. If y'all want me to go ahead and drop these for y'all, I most definitely will. Just go ahead and comment down below and also drop a like. But then when it comes down to the dribbling side of things, like I said, you remember that you are going to be playing the center, so that means they have to play up on you. If they don't, as you can see, we can hit threes at ease, so that is going to be something as well with this build. Really, if you know how to ISO, this is going to be the perfect build for you. You're able to play center, you're not small, and on top of all that, you actually get a 99 speed with this build once you max it out all the way to 99 overall. Now, I don't even have max wingspan, and you can see the steals that I'm getting. On top of all that, especially with the passing lanes, with all these things taken into consideration, I really have to say this is the most versatile big man build that you're going to see. And also, I know that 6'7" is really not considered a big man build, but the way that we play, technically it is. So we're going to go ahead and just say that this is a big man center, but it's made out of the small forward. Again, we just use this as the center. When it comes down to playing any game mode on the 3v3s, you can really do a lot of special things with this build. Even in the rec, I can say that for sure. But as you can see, the way that I'm moving when it comes down to the dribbling, much faster than any other center that's going to be guarding me. And I have to say, that is the reason why I put this build all together. I wanted to be able to literally make an overpowered, and honestly, I wanted to make it a mismatch when it came down to running the 3 on this build. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you at the end what the stats are looking like on this build and everything else that goes into it. But I even get doubled a lot on this build. And as you can see, I'm moving much faster than both of the people that are trying to do so. Now, I love running 2s on this build. A huge mismatch when you have 2 people who know how to dribble. And then on top of all that, you have a center who has to guard you. Now, as you can see, a lot of them tend to leave me open up front, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, it's easy to blow by them, especially when they are just doing that. And if anything, you can always just shoot over the top of them. That is one of the best things about this build as well. Now, from here, this really comes down to y'all. If you want me to go ahead and drop another making of this video as well as this build, just go ahead and let me know. Drop a like, drop a comment, and I most definitely got y'all. But I can say ISO is here to stay, y'all. There is no way they're going to take this out of the game. It's going to be here every year, so y'all might as well adjust like we do. But man, I love making these clips out of this build. Really, it is one of the funnest builds that I have ever played on when it comes down to any 2K, especially more so because I finally found a build that I was able to make perfectly, that's going to be able to run center and do everything that a guard can. But this is going to be the oversized version at 6'7". Now, as you can see, we're rocking the skates from season 1. I kind of went away from being a Ben Simmons type player. I wanted to be able to change him up and do my own thing now. So honestly, the next NBA point forward play that you might see this under, gonna be something special. I'm just gonna give y'all a sneak peek right there. But now, man, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what this build is looking like when it comes down to the badges, the stats, everything that really goes into it. But if you are still watching, y'all might as well as go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It is really going to help me out. But now, let's go ahead and check out what the progression on this build is looking like. So in the gameplay that I was showing y'all, my driving dunk was actually a 70. Now, right here, I'm a 95, but that's because I went down 1 overall. So do not worry about that. As soon as you hit 96 overall on this build, you're going to be able to get those contact dunks that I was showing y'all. And as you can see, when it comes down to the shooting, here is going to be an essential thing that you need to do, and that is buy boost. I'm telling you, that is what's going to allow us to really shoot as better and just as good as any other build that we're going to be going up against. And then when it comes down to the playmaking, everything is going to be really solid here. But then also remember, once we add boost to this build and then also activate our takeover, we get a +10 because we did choose lockdown takeover on this build. So honestly, these stats are getting a huge boost. You're going to have a +8 from normal and then a +10 from your takeover. So honestly, perimeter defense and the lateral quickness will be in the 90s. A couple of these stats are actually going to be in the 90s, as well as the defensive rebound, which is why you see me snag boards as I do and play comfortable at the center. Now, when it comes down to these finishing badges though, I like to run Silver Relentless Finisher. The others really are based on my own preference. You can always change anything of the setup if you wanted to, but as you can see also with the badges, when it comes down to the shooting, the only ones that I run on gold are going to be Hot Zone Hunter as well as Sniper. The rest are all going to be bronze. And of course, you can change the setup of any of these, but this is how I always run this build when it comes down to my ISO game. Now, when it comes down to the defensive end, remember I run center, so two badges that I always keep on no matter what are going to be silver, rebound chaser, as well as rim protector. I'll leave intimidator on silver. If I wanted to, I would go with the bronze, but honestly, I feel like this setup is going to be really perfect, especially for this kind of build. And then when it comes down to the playmaking, we get a good amount of Hall of Fame badges. One that I would really consider to change is going to be stop and go. You can go ahead and put this on triple threat juke, unpluckable, special delivery, even downhill. If you wanted to, you could go with glue hands, bullet passer, and even dimer. Now, for my liking though, I would have to say triple threat juke is probably going to be the next best option to go with. We're almost done here. Let's just go ahead and finish it up when it comes down to the rest of this build. As you can see with the physicals, we do get a +4 right now. Also, remember the gym rat badge and everything else that's considered into this build. But man, I really just got to go ahead and say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity. Thank y'all for your support. It means so much to me. I just need y'all to know that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today's gameplay banger. And man, just know I got the weekend ready with some special videos for y'all. So y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who wants to join the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. I would appreciate it if we can get at least 50 likes on this video. Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And last but not least, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.